This is Larry Usoff, U.S. Navy retired. Wake up, America. Our idiot-in-chief is at it again. From Investors Business Daily, March 21st, we get this. The headline says, Obama, drill, Brazil, drill. While leaving U.S. oil and jobs in the ground, our itinerant president tells a South American neighbor that we'll help it develop its offshore resources so that one day we can import its oil. What kind of craziness is this? With Japan staggered by a natural disaster and a nuclear crisis, cruise missiles launched against Libya in our third Middle East conflict, and a majority of U.S. senators complaining about a lack of leadership on the budget, President Obama decided it would be a good time to schmooze with the Brazilians. His, me worry attitude in the presidency has given both Americans and our allies plenty to worry about. But in the process of making nice with Brazil, Obama made a mind-boggling announcement that should make even his most loyal supporters cringe. We will help Brazil develop its offshore oil so we can one day import it. We have noted this double standard before, particularly when, at a time when the president was railing against tax incentives for U.S. oil companies, we supported the U.S. Export-Import Bank's plan to lend $2 billion to Brazil's state-run Petrobras with the promise of more to follow. Now, in case you don't know, the major stockholder is, or was, George Soros. He owns or owned the major portion of Petrobras. Now, with a 7-year offshore drilling ban in effect off both of our coasts, on Alaska's continental shelf and in much of the Gulf of Mexico, and a de facto moratorium covering the rest, Obama tells the Brazilians, we want to help you with the technology and support to develop these oil reserves safely. And when you're ready to start selling, we want to be one of your best customers. Obama wants to develop Brazilian offshore oil to help the Brazilian economy, create jobs for Brazilian workers, while Americans are left unemployed in the face of skyrocketing energy costs, and wants to increase our dependency on foreign oil. Obama said he chose Brazil to kick off his first ever South American visit in recognition of that country's ascendancy. He also highlighted one of the reasons for America's decline was an energy policy that, through the creation of an artificial shortage of fossil fuel, makes prices necessarily skyrocket to foster his green energy agenda. He neglects to mention that he is the major cause of this country's decline, economically, militarily, politically. He said in an op-ed page in USA Today, Brazil holds recently discovered oil reserves that could be far larger than ours, and we seek to increase secure energy supplies. We look forward to developing a strategic partner relationship. I got to tell you, folks, I am rapidly getting fed up with this asinine idiot that has duped half of the American public. He has no business in being in the office that he holds. He has no clue as to what to do and is obviously being counseled by idiots of the same caliber as he is. Please, if you love this country, impeach this stupid person before it's too late. It may already be too late. In the 2 years plus that he's been in office, we have amassed the greatest debt in our history, seen many states going broke, faced the worst depression, oh yes, I said depression, in my lifetime. And I've been around a long time. And we are isolating many of our friends all over the world. He is an egotistical, narcissistic, self-involved dunce, and we cannot afford another year of him, much less another term. Now, let me give you a little background on the president of Brazil, and just to give you an idea of how far out of his league he really is. Dilma Vana Rousseff, born December 14, 1947, is the 36th and current president of Brazil. She is the first woman to hold that office. The daughter of a Bulgarian immigrant father and a schoolteacher mother, Rousseff was raised in an upper-middle-class household. The family lived in a large house, had 3 servants, and maintained European habits. The children had a classical education and took both piano and French lessons. She became a socialist during her youth, and following the 1964 coup d'etat, joined various left-wing and Marxist urban guerrilla groups. Rousseff was captured and jailed between 1970 and 1972 and was reportedly tortured. In 1967, she joined the Workers' Politics, an organization founded in 1961 as a faction of the Brazilian Socialist Party. Uh-oh. There's that S word again. She chose the armed struggle after reading Revolution Inside the Revolution by Regis Debray, a French intellectual who had moved to Cuba and became a friend of Fidel Castro and Che Guevara. Rousseff participated in the militant activities of the National Liberation Command and advocated Marxist politics, there's that M word again, among Union labor members, and as editor of the newspaper The Piquet. She reportedly knew how to handle weapons, confront the police, and use guerrilla tactics. After her release, Rousseff rebuilt her life in Porto Alegre with Carlos Arroyo, who would be her partner for 30 years. I didn't say husband, I said partner, but let's carry on. Both of them helped found the Democratic Labor Party in Rio Grande do Sul, and they participated in several of the party's electoral campaigns. Police Commissioner Newton Fernandez, who investigated the clandestine organization in Sao Paulo, to which both she and Arroyo belong, said that Rousseff was one of the principal masterminds of the revolutionary schemes. The attorney which prosecuted the organization later called her the Joan of Arc of subversion, saying that she led strikes and advised bank robberies and other goodly things. She was also dubbed as the she-pope of subversion, a political criminal, and a female figure of sadly notable respect. She became the Secretary of the Treasury of Porto Alegre in the Alceu Colares administration, and later the Secretary of Energy of Rio Grande do Sul under both Colares and Olívio Dutra. In 2000, after an internal dispute in the Dutra cabinet, she left the PDT and joined the Workers' Party. Workers' Party. Now, doesn't that sound like it might be communist? A little bit? A week later, after winning the presidential election in 2010, Usoff was included in the Forbes list of the most powerful people in the world. She was ranked number 16. Usoff has sometimes been described as the mastermind of the theft of a safe belonging to a former governor of Sao Paulo, Ademar de Barros. The action was carried out on June 18th, 1969 in Rio de Janeiro and netted $2.5 million US. Folks, this is no pussycat that our idiot is dealing with. She's very shrewd, and once again, he's in way over his head. If you like what I say, catch the radio show on airhumanityradio.net. Try it. You'll like it.